Hey Agave lovers, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about Blue Flame again. We are running into the same problem as we did with the one in the front. You may recall a few episodes ago, we took out a really large Blue Flame right down the way. And the reason for it is it was planted about 3 to 4 feet away from the sidewalk. And over time, it fell over and it was growing into the sidewalk. So the trunk that was underneath, this typically will grow columnar on a trunk, and they get top heavy and they'll start to move over. And especially so when they're planted on a slope, like these are here and like the first one was that I already removed. These are about maybe a third, half the size as the big one out front that I took out. But this is the third time that I'm going to be pushing them upright. And I have another one, I don't know if you can see it right now. There's another one here, this one, and they are really moving over. So I'm going to attempt to scoop out some of the dirt behind. I'm going to take out some of the dead leaves. And then I'm going to try to push them up and scoop some dirt and prop them up a little bit more. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to put on my sunglasses here so I don't get poked in the eye. And these are Blue Flames, so they're they don't have big teeth on the sides like a lot of the agaves do. They're kind of like attenuata or foxtail agaves, but they do have a kind of a bit of a serration here, kind of like a steak knife. But the terminal spines are very sharp and very pointy. They're about a couple of inches. So we want to try to avoid getting poked as much as possible. So the first thing I need to do is go around back and remove some of these dead leaves. I see back here, a pup just kind of came out easily. There are a lot of dead leaves, and I should be able to prop this up because I see the stem. It's coming out about maybe about 8 to 10 inches. So let me get some of these leaves out. Really got to wear that eye protection too. Working with these agaves all the time, I had a lot of close calls. And last time when I was taking out the agave in the front, I got poked in the throat, and that was another close call. Okay. Okay, I got these, and that looks pretty good. I should probably take the camera off so you guys can see. Let's do that now. And here we are to the back of the agave here, the Blue Flame. You can see the big trunk that is starting to move over. It's about at a 45-degree angle right there. So we're going to try to lift this upright and get this straight up and down if we can. And before I turn the camera off and get it set up again, let's show you the back of this one here. This one I haven't removed the dead leaves yet. There's a few pups there, so you can see again that this one is moving over as well. Okay, so I showed you the back, and now that you see that there's about 8 to 10 inches of the trunk, it's about at a 45-degree angle out this way. So I'm going to dig a little bit of the dirt away in the back. And the soil is really nice. This is what I put in originally when I put these agaves in. So I'm going to dig this down quite a bit. Maybe I'll expose about 12 inches because I'm just getting down to the roots here. A lot of this loose soil. And actually, I'm going to push this dirt forward so that I can use it in the front. There we go. And I've got my 38-ounce scoop right down there. That's what I'm going to use I'm going to lift the agave up, hopefully prop it up with my shoulder and scoop some dirt in there in the front. It'll make a little more sense once I get started here. Okay, there's a lot of dirt there. Okay, looks good. And come around the front. Okay, let's try to do this without getting poked too much. Not sure how heavy it is, so. Oh yeah, she's heavy, but manageable. Okay, I'll get some of these dead leaves out too. Lots of black widows. Look at that. You see that trunk? About 12 inches there. See if I can break some of this up here. And we can even lean it back even more. It's just gonna start leaning over again towards the sun anyway. Okay. My plan was to build a little fence right here, actually more of a little retaining wall, maybe a couple feet high, and probably about the height as this angles down. So yeah, probably about 2 feet or so. And I still plan to do that, but I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. So in time, I'll have a little retaining wall that will help mitigate these plants from falling over. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll just come back here with a little bit of sand, or actually more, probably decomposed granite, put it on here, and then take the tamper and tamp this down to make it a little harder make it a sort of a strong foundation for this plant to try to prevent from falling over. So that looks pretty good. That's one. And we have 2 more to do. So I'm going to move the camera, come down here, and we'll do this one next. Okay, same thing. I'm going to come up here and dig out some of the back. This one is a little more challenging than the other one because there's a little less space to work in here. There's a pup back here. I'm going to get it out. I should have brought my shovel. See if I can get it out with the hoe without damaging too much of it. I have so many of these that, okay, here we go. It just popped right out. Okay, here's another little one. Nice little pup. All right, got about the same amount of space, about 8 inches. So I'm gonna dig this out. The soil is really nice. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna push this dirt down so I can use it to put under. Break this up. I have the dirt kind of built up back here to form a little bit of a depression in the ground, just so it can hold a little bit of water. These things don't mind tons of water, so a lot of times I'll just put a little divot in some of the plants that, you know, water doesn't hurt and water is good. And others like the aloe over here can't get a lot of water, so it's going to be built up on a mound. Same as the titanotas, build them up a little bit on mounds. Okay, let's come down here. Same thing. Let me break it up a little bit more. Okay. We'll grab our shovel and push this up. Just getting some of these dead leaves out. Oh, a lot of black widows. Okay. All right. Now that I can see what I'm working with here, work with my left hand. All right. Let's try to scoop as much of this as we can. Okay, that's looking good. It's just it's leaning a little bit, so we'll prop it back a little bit this way. Okay, that is a lot better. And you can't quite see it right now, but both of these plants are leaning back this way, just ever slightly, but that's no big deal. The plants will again start to move back this way following the sun, so I'm not concerned about that. I'm just going to move a little bit more of some dirt underneath here. Okay. This is one of those things, one of those chores that I haven't really wanted to do, but you gotta kind of have to do. You know, it's not as fun as potting a Agave Oterii or something cool like that, or planting a rare agave in your special garden area, but it is necessary. Okay, it's pretty good there. Just check out what it looks like in the back. All right, looks good. Yeah, this one's leaning quite a bit, but it'll change pretty soon. Okay, last one. I'll save the one that really didn't have a whole lot of lean, but I will do that one now. Okay, we're gonna move on to this one now. And what I didn't anticipate is I have a lot of pups, a lot more than the others. And I have a lot of pups back there from the Americana Marginita. So I have to take out some of those pups first to make some room to lift this. This one isn't leaning as much as the other one, but nonetheless, I'm still gonna prop it up just a little. So yeah, first I'm gonna take these pups out. Okay. Okay. First one is a Blue Flame. Has a lot of nice roots. I'll put it next to the other Blue Flame that's already in here. And I have a bunch of Americana. See, tons of these. You guys want Americana, let me know. I have tons and tons and tons. Ooh, this one's nice. This one has some nice variegation. This one's a little different. Has some interesting variegation. I don't know if you can see it from back there, but that one might be a keeper. Two more. One and a bigger one. Ooh, impressive roots. There we go. Last one. That should be good. Think that's all? Yeah. Okay. Move this over. Get rid of some of these dead leaves. There are a lot of black widows under here. One time I was doing this and I was pulling a leaf out, and I don't know if you can see, my glove was kind of like this, and I pulled the leaf out and a black widow came with the leaf and it bounced off my shirt and went straight into my glove, and I had to get him out before I got a defensive bite. So I haven't been bitten yet, knock on wood. Okay, that should be good enough to lift this up. I'm gonna bring my tools with me. And again, I apologize in case the wind is too loud. It's really, really windy and it's getting worse, so. Wind is nothing new to these parts. We get a lot of wind here. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna lift it up and see where we're at. This one is a little smaller than the others. Ooh, just as heavy though. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. A few little pups here. Just have to break this up. Look at that, slowly leaning down. Okay, I'm gonna use the hoe. Push this stuff up. Looking good. And again, I'm going to come back and put a little DG on this and tamp it down, and then give it some water to help harden it up, to give it a little bit stronger of a base. But that should be good for now. Ooh, my back doesn't feel very good after that. Yeah, ooh. That's why I wear the back brace. All these rocks in the yard have pretty much ruined my back, so I gotta be careful. Okay. Well, I won't save you the, I'll save you a little time and come back and show you when this is all finished. But in the meantime, I'm gonna clear out the dead leaves, put some DG down, water it up, make it look nice. I'll come back and show you the final results. See you in a little bit. Okay, here we are. Last step, my favorite part. We are going to water everything now that we've moved all the plants up. Watering is my favorite part. It's a reward for all the hard work we just did. And just to recap, these 3 blue flames were leaning into the sidewalk, kind of like the problem we had with the first one out there, the big one out by the front. And they were leaning over, so I dug them out in the back, pushed them up, and took some of that material and packed it in there. Packed it in here as good as I can. And I was going to put some DG, some decomposed granite down, but I decided that I am not going to do that yet because I've got some more work to do with this agave and my Titanota white ice here, and this one as well. So I got a bunch of stuff I need to do first. So before I put the DG down to tamp it down, I'm just going to water it now and kind of get all the dust to settle and, you know, rinse off the plants that got a bunch of dust and dirt on it from doing all the work we just did. So let's go ahead and do that now. Made a little bit of a mess down here too. Not too bad though. I already took the broom to it and swept up, but we'll just do a little bit more. And while I'm doing this, I want to take the time to thank you for stopping in. I really do appreciate it. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've liked what you saw today, or you learned anything, or found any of this interesting, I would appreciate a like. That would really help me out. I do appreciate that. We'll get all these agaves up here. I haven't watered in just about a week, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We had some hot weather. Boy, a little over a month ago when I planted the, up front, I planted the Agave Perrii truncata. It was a 60-degree day, and I thought we were gonna be in our usual sort of October and be in the 60s and maybe 70s here and there and 50s at night, but no, that was short-lived. That was just a couple of days in the 60s, and then we went straight back up into the hundreds. So I checked on the plants, you know, the last couple of days, and even though I did plant them and we got back into the hundreds, it's still doing quite well. So we're getting towards the end of that. I definitely think the hundreds are behind us now. Even the 90s, I just checked for the next 10 days and it looks like we're just going to be in the 80s, which is, you know, perfect for here. And the sun is at such an angle now. I can't believe that summer is here and gone. So just gonna water these down a little bit more. It's not too hot today, so I'm not too worried about getting a lot of these. These are also under this, under the umbrella of this tree too, so they're not getting a lot of direct sun right now, and the sun is at such an angle this time of the year where you know, watering just once in the afternoon isn't gonna hurt them. So I'm out here with the hose, so I might as well do it since I'm already watering the blue flames. So thanks again for stopping in. I really do appreciate it. I really look forward to seeing you next time. And as always, take care, have a great weekend or week ahead of you, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.